Gonzalez.
Whoop.
Thank you for coming aquí a Rio Vida.
Hombre, thanks for the invite. It's a pleasure.
Pues todos te conocen como Beatriz González. Yo te conozco primero como B from the V, B de la B.
That's right. Bueno, B from the V was actually a joke for me. It wasn't a joke, but I was like, B from the V.
Like having fun with it.
Bitches. Yeah. And I even had it on my MySpace. Remember MySpace?
Simón.
So I had that on my MySpace. And then, pues now, I'm a little different. So yeah, I went to B de la B, you know.
Who was on your top 10 MySpace?
For sure. ¿Cómo se llamaba el guy que hizo MySpace?
Tom. Ese güey, pero era huevo.
For sure, Tom.
Sí.
The other one was Erica, which is still one of my best friends.
No, pues comadre que veniste, ¿cómo comenzaste tú en mariachi o música? The first memory you remember.
The first memory I remember, taking it back, like, estaba chiquitita, tenía como unos 3, 4 años, yo creo. Y me gustaba mucho cantar mariachi. Una de las songs, pero también me gustaba mucho el norteño, me gustaban mucho los Tigres del Norte. That was one of my first bands que I loved.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, los Tigres del Norte is classic, you know. Pero había una song específicamente que se llamaba La Daga. And I remember que some of my tíos came to the house. We used to live in a little trailer. Y yo me paré en un banquito y empecé a cantar esa song. Now that song, I don't know if you ever heard it, pero the song dice, traspásame el corazón con una daga de acero. Me hieren más tus desprecios, a que me rajes el cuero. Y yo le hacía así, a que me rajes
Bien
el
dramática.
cuero. Yeah, but how did this little, 3-year-old know que te vas a rajar el cuero,
Simón.
but actually doing, like, the veins? Like, how did I know that? And that's one of the clear memories that I have when I first started learning songs. When I started talking, I started singing. Pues es lo que dice mi mamá. Yo sé. Pero sí me acuerdo que me gustaba mucho cantar, pero más el mariachi. For sure.
Machi.
With Linda Ronstadt was one of my first inspirations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y dónde vivías en ese time? ¿Aquí en el Valle? ¿Dónde estabas viviendo? Like,
Yes.
sí.
Soy de aquí del Valle de Texas, born and raised. Bueno, nací en San Juan con una partera. Y
Oh, yo también.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think
A lo mejor la misma ruca.
I think so, for sure. Pero déjame te cuento una
Todo
historia.
estaba banking.
Oh, sí, for sure. Pero déjame te cuento que pues nací con partera, pero a mi mamá le habían preguntado, ¿va a querer a la niña? So, imagínate dónde hubiera estado yo ahorita. Pero sí, mi mamá dijo, no, es mía. So, yeah, obviously I want her, right? Pero sí, I live in Alamo. Well, that's where I was, that's where I grew up, in Alamo. But it was like the Donna part of Alamo. So I went to school in Donna.
Simón.
All my life.
Machín. ¿Y en Donna te metiste a music desde chiquita o ya nomás, o hasta cuándo?
Bueno, mira, I went to Ochoa Elementary, and there they only had folclórico. No, sí, en Ochoa Elementary. Y yo me acuerdo que I was in first grade, and I heard the announcement, and I remember my teacher was Miss Bañuelos, and I heard the announcement, no, que come to the office for ¿cómo se dice? Una de esas forms to give to your parents para que te den permiso, ¿verdad? So I went after school. I was like, I want to join folklorico, like me, right? So I went. I was like 6, and I went to the office and I got the form, and then I took it to my mom, and she was like, "Oh, folklorico,
¿Le gustó?
Like acá lo tienen, sí, pues ella también hacía bailables cuando estaba chiquita en Reynosa. Yeah. So.
Pues ahí lo sacaste entonces.
Yeah, for sure. And but she was happy about that I wanted to do that. And that was me like sola. And me dijo, hey, you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do that. No. I went, Mom, sign this please. I want to do this. And yeah, we were the first group there at Ochoa Elementary que hizo folclórico.
Oh, sí.
I wore a green dress.
¿Y cuando estabas en junior high, ya había ahí mariachi y todo o no?
En junior high no había mariachi.
¿A qué fuiste al altar o fuiste
I went to AP Solis.
AP Solis?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo en AP Solis too.
La oscura, sí, huevo.
Yeah.
Puro pinche Donna Redskins. Aquí.
Ya sabes.
So ahí sí tenían mariachi.
Ahí no tenían mariachi, lo que tenían era band y choir.
Did you get in band? No.
I actually got in choir.
Ah, okay.
Low-key, I love the band though. Cada que entraban a los pep rallies, I was like, oh my god, they sound so badass. And my favorite instrument was the drum line. Like, it sounded so badass. So I was like, damn, I want to play that, whatever. Pero pues, a mí lo que me gusta hacer es sing. So I joined choir. And yeah, I was there in choir with Miss Muñoz. Me acuerdo de la teacher, Miss Muñoz.
Sí.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen her lately or no?
I haven't seen her lately, but I did see her at one of my gigs a couple years back. Not couple, actually a lot. Pero, yeah, she's like, oh, I think one of them was, maybe one of them was my students, dijo, right? Le dijo a sus friends. And then I went up to her after the gig. I was like, oh, Miss Muñoz. Oh, Beatriz. Y ahí me reconoció y todo. So she was like, oh, she was one of my students.
Machine.
She also taught me about procrastination.
Oh, sí?
I was like, what's that? Porque she had told the whole class to bring $1, right? And that time, all I had to do was bring $1. I went before class to talk to her because I had just grabbed some feria from... Se me olvidó. Y antes de bajarme de la troca, yo agarré feria de ahí que tenía ahí mi mamá, right? And it wasn't enough. It was like 75 cents or some shit. So, yo fui a hablar con ella y le dije, I'm sorry, like, I was in a hurry to get off the truck and this is all I got. But I can bring, the quarter tomorrow. And she ate me. Like, she was so mad. She's like, you know what that's called? You know what you are? Yes, you're a procrastinator. I was like, oh.
For a quarter. Se me hace que estaba enojada con su vato o algo. She could out on you. No, man.
I don't know. I mean, you never know. But
no, yeah, just trying to teach you a lesson.
No, but you know what? Like, I learned what the word procrastination is. And I actually work very well under pressure. So I usually procrastinate a lot. Pero shit gets done. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But she taught me that. I gotta give it to her.
No, pues está bien, güey. Pues, a lot of people work better under pressure, güey, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Pressure creates diamonds.
Yeah, exactly.
So, ya cuando llegaste a high school, te metiste, ya te metiste en choir, todavía estás en choir desde junior high school.
Yes. Actually, before high school, okay, let me take it back a little bit. I'm going to take it back to when I was in elementary because I was in folklorico in elementary and we went to perform at the high school in Todd, actually. And estaba el mariachi ahí de la high school. And I was wearing my little green dress. I was in folklorico.
So, ¿te acuerdas todos de jale?
Yes, and that's when I was like, what? They have mariachi in high school? I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to be in high school. This is first grade, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, fast forward, like to 8th grade. I was like, Ama, vamos a hablar con el director del mariachi de la high school porque I want to, and we heard that they were looking for singers. So my mom took me to the high school and I spoke to Mr. Valenzuela, which is another inspiration and one of those people in my life that really molded me, so he said, well, yeah, we are looking for singers, but you still need to finish 8th grade, right? You can't just come over here. You have to be in high school. So I was all sad. And he gave me this song to learn for when I auditioned in high school, right? So I had a whole year to learn this song. And I swear to God, it was the most boring song I've ever heard. Actually, now that I hear it, it's a beautiful song. I want to say Luis Miguel sang it. But it's a beautiful song, and I forgot the name of it. But it's one of those like baladas, you know.
Mariadona acá, calmada.
Sí, balada, like it tiene bastante sentimiento. So I was like, we went to Reynosa, mi mamá me llevó a Reynosa, agarramos el cassette to learn the song, and I'm like, I wonder if this is the song, because it doesn't seem like it's a song. It's called Amanecí en tus brazos, ya me acordé. Amanecí en tus brazos, like, how am I, like, I don't know about amanecer en anybody's brazos, you know, I was like, I was in 8th grade, and, y me la aprendí, aunque se me hacía tan boring la song. Of course, at that age, se te va a hacer boring una song así, ¿verdad? Yo quería andar cantando Los Laureles, you know, just other fun stuff. Pero dije, okay, this is the song that's gonna get me in the mariachi. And my goal was to be in the high school mariachi. So I learned it, and then...
You got in?
Yeah. Well, fast forward to 9th grade, and auditioning for that. I was so nervous. And I was also in ROTC, so I went in my little ROTC, in the ROTC. Yeah, they were Marines. So I was all dressed up. And it was after a game, I think, that we were, pues ahí nos tenían, ya sabes. So after that, I went and auditioned, and I sang the song, and I was so nervous. I was nervous. Like, I look back at that time, and I'm like, man, you had it in the bag. Like, what you tripping about, you know? Pero, yeah, like, yeah, I was so happy that I got into the mariachi in the first group.
Machín.
The main group.
Y... Why were you in JROTC? ¿Te gustaba también ese jale del Army cuando estabas en JROTC o qué?
Yeah, there's something about discipline that to me is like, I don't know. There's something about discipline. I thought it was like so cool. Not only discipline, pero también I like weapons. And I just think the discipline, the weapons, you know, all of that is just like...
Te llamaba la atención, machín.
Sí, pues me llamaba la atención. Like, honestly, I could say that if I wasn't an artist, let's say I didn't, you know, follow my dreams, I would have been in some type of, you know, government thing. Mm-hmm. Like the Army, like Border Patrol, like U.S. Customs, you know.
Algo que in that line.
Yeah.
Machín. So yeah, when did you start, like, in mariachi, when did you start thinking, like, como, oh, this is what I want to do as a career, like, como, really, like, I want to invest in my music, quiero cantar, ¿me entiendes? Quiero hacer mi own jale, mi own rolas. ¿Cuándo era que you decided that, like, de verdad? I know desde chiquita cantabas,
sí,
pero que dijiste como, yo, okay, you know, I'm going to put this over a job, I'm going to put this over, ¿me entiendes? Like,
yeah.
Como,
well, I mean, you need a job to back up your or to invest in your dream, you know. So I thought it was actually after high school. Well, actually, I always thought about it, but when I really like decided to do it, it was after, I want to say it was after a relationship that I had.
Yeah.
Porque, and maybe that's the way it had to happen, but I look back and I'm like, damn, I should have started earlier. I knew I should have started earlier, you know, pero pues te vas en el viaje de que la chingada.
Tan pelota ahí.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because I mean, I did like love the guy, pero the fact that he wasn't very supportive, that really hurt me. But that's when I knew I had to let go of that to actually do what I want, because I wasn't even being myself at that moment. I was like, no, like, there's no way, like, I have to do this.
Like, so, if they were trying to talk you out of your dream or whatever, come on.
Yeah, you know, he would say, you just want fame and fortune.
No.
And I was like, no, like, and this is the same person that in high school used to tell me, B, sing to me, sing something, you know what I mean? And I would sing, we were friends, you know, I would sing, and he'd be like, you're gonna make it, he might say, Beatriz, you're gonna make it, Beatriz. And I always thought that he had my back in that, you know what I mean? But then, like, I actually started doing things, like I joined the mariachi at Pan Am, now it's UTRGV. And and I started taking the trips. So that's when he was like,
Ya no le gustó.
sí. I remember that first call. I was like, oh, hey, can I borrow your phone? Somebody's phone, right? Yeah, here. And I called him, hey, how are you doing? And I was all happy. Yeah, I'm over here. Okay, we were in New Mexico, somewhere. And he was just like, oh, okay. Like, tu agüitadón. And I was like, ¿qué le pasa? Like, what's wrong with him, right? Y yo pues me agüité poquito, but I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna have fun, you know? So I had fun with all the girls. It was a girl group aparte, you know? So yeah, after that, I came back from that trip, and we met up at a park, and he's like, I don't know where this is going, and I'm like, what?
A la verga. Solo se está yendo el viaje.
Yeah, pero I mean, he also wanted to do something in music. I guess he didn't go for it, so maybe that's why he felt
Es que
some
también
type
pues
of
they
way.
know, como él sabía, como everybody knows that when they hear you sing, como esta ruca, like, you know, she has a powerful voice, so también le da miedo, a lo mejor a él le dio miedo, como, y esta ruca me va a dejar atrás, like, se va a ir a hacer bigger and better things, which is, you are,
Yeah.
¿entiendes? Pero por algo pasa todo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You have to go through the lessons, you know? So,
Yes.
no tiene nada de malo, you know, like, it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And you learn.
Yeah, for sure.
¿Entiendes?
Y después de ahí, okay, that relationship, ended. It took its course, let's put it that way. And I realized I wasn't being myself, and I needed to follow my dream because that made me happy. You know what I mean? And so then I was like, no, I need to get in touch with. Y como ya está como en el mariachi de Pan Am, I knew people that had recording studios. So I hit up one of the trumpet guys from this other mariachi that also went to Donna, and I was like, hey, Pollo, do you know where I could record? I really want to do a demo, to start off. And then he got me in contact with Chava and JJ, which these guys are still in my life, you know what I mean? And I'm still working with them. We built a really dope relationship. So, yeah, that's how that started. Pero, con eso, we were like, no, pues, me acuerdo que me cochaba. El mariachi, como que, only the main people are doing it, like Vicente Fernandez, like Rocio Durcal.
Like a certain few.
Yeah, like they're already legends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nobody new really coming up and doing something with it. So, we decided to do more of a, like a grupero kind of demo, which actually came out pretty good. Like, I loved creating that. It was pretty dope.
What songs did you have in that one?
And that album, or the demo, started with Dime, which is an Evie Queen song, and we did a grupero. Aunque seas así, which I translated, that's a Gwen Stefani song, or No Doubt, that's Underneath It All. Chava was like, I'm like, how would you say underneath it all in Spanish though, right? And then he just gave me the idea of saying, aunque seas así. And I'm like, oh, okay. Aunque seas así. Okay, so from there, yeah, I wrote the whole song, in Spanish. I translated it. I also had Y Volveré.
I love that rola. Está mamalona.
Y that's one of my favorites. Thank you. ¿Y qué más? Me faltan dos. Zona Reservada, which is a song I wrote. That was my first rap that I wrote on it. It was like a little 8 bars, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have to go hard on this, So I did that. And ¿qué más? 6 pies abajo. 6 pies abajo. Creo. O no, 6 pies abajo fue after.
No, that was después.
Después fue after. So it was Aunque seas así. Dime.
Eran como 4 or 5, ¿verdad?
Yeah, Y Volveré. Eran 5. And I forgot the other 2.
No, machín. So, ya después de eso, I remember que estabas teaching allá in la Donna High School, ¿verdad?
Yeah. Well, that all of that, I was still in the process. All of that was still in the process. So, broke up with that dude.
Also, that was right after high school when you were there in or you would go and I don't know, you were teaching or helping there.
Oh yeah, I
the
was
school.
a consultant.
Sí.
Yeah, I was a consultant.
So
there.
that was right after high school.
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, that was a couple years after. I was 23 when I was a consultant at at Donna High School.
Mm-hmm.
The original Donna High School.
Yeah, the old school one.
Yeah.
Porque hay otro, ¿verdad?
Sí, ahorita ya tienen Donna North.
Sí.
Yeah.
No,
So-
la otra estaba más malona. Yo también fui a esa high school.
Oh, yeah, that's the OG school.
Hell yeah. Bueno, so after that...
Yeah, pues that's how I was, haz de cuenta, supporting my dream.
Mhm.
My dad helped me out too. He helped me out pay the demo, and I paid some of the demo too with con el income, con el King Kong. See, so that's how I did it. You know. So yeah, I had a few jobs. I worked at the mall, at BB. I worked at Champs también. And after Champs, that's when I went to be a consultant for the Mariachi and Donna.
Oh, okay. That's around the time that I met you, a little bit before.
Before that, yeah.
Como
I want to say a couple of years before that.
Because I met you, you hadn't recorded the demo yet.
Yeah, I was recording the demo.
Como apenas todavía no lo habías hecho record. I remember,
No, yeah, I was
yo
recording
alcancé a ir contigo a Chava's house at Mission, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Que era Block Productions.
Black Productions. Yeah.
I remember.
No, en McAllen era el studio de Bobby
Studio
Pulido.
One.
Sí, Studio One.
Sí,
Yeah.
Pero allá estabas grabando allá también, ¿no? ¿O no?
Yes, I recorded there, and then they had moved to Block, which was in San Juan. También. I mean, wherever they went, I went.
Yeah. I remember going over there.
Yeah, because I started recording my demo when I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 21. So when we met, I was in the process of doing it already. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I met you in the club.
Sí.
We were performing.
Sí.
Yeah, we were performing. Fuiste tú with one of my exes. And ahí es donde te había conocido, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Yeah, y luego...
I was seeing all these people from school like, hey, Lyrico, hey, you know, like I was tripping because I was like, hey, oh my God, like I didn't know Lyrico rap for one, and then I met you through her, and that was pretty dope. That was fun. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
First time I met you, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember cuando hicimos esto y pues we started recording some stuff. We do a little rap y todo ese jale, like, pero estaba más acá.
Yeah, and when I remember también, actually, we went to the club. I think I was with Erica. Yeah, I was with Erica, and I want to say you were there with Lyrico, or I know it was Lyrico or someone else, but I want to say it was Lyrico. Anyway, you had CDs and you gave us a CD. And then that's when we're like, oh, you said, oh, you're Giovanni's friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Like, okay. Y luego nos dices el CD. And I remember putting the CD in my car, and I was like, this shit's good. Like, I really like it. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, también, like, at first, growing up, I wasn't into the rap stuff. I was like, no,
sí, porque
no es
estabas en el
música.
mariachi.
I was like, esa no es música. But then that's also the way we grow up, you know, our parents and, you know. But then I just started liking it. And I was like, even in high school, I was like, I don't know about any other genre, but if I'm not a mariachi singer, I'll be a rapper.
I think that CD that I gave you was the Tres Bandidos.
Tres Bandidos.
And then...
And I think you gave me a Tex-Mex Conecta también.
Yeah, the first one, and then the Tex-Mex Conecta, and then the Tres Bandidos. And then, pues, I did some songs. You did some songs with us, aquí allá, you know, hooks y todo ese jale on La Plaga. First, that was the first one.
La Plaga.
Yeah. So, esos times and era crazy shit.
It was all of it was so much fun. Like,
yeah.
It was a dope experience. Like, not only that, but you know what really surprised me about Sur Lado Entertainment, about you, was just the production. Because when I heard it, I was like, here we go, some valley rapper.
some bullshit.
Out of tune, not even in rhythm.
Yeah.
Y no, al contrario, I was like, oh, this shit's badass. Like,
A little
I jammed
aggravated,
that and I
estaba
was
grabado,
like,
pero.
boom, I just like saw myself raising that volume and I was just head bobbing and I was like, this would be something dope to be part of, you know, so.
Yeah, and then I heard, I didn't even know you que cantabas, pues, you know, we were different, como tú dices, tú estabas en tu jale, like.
Sí.
Y luego I think you went over to the studio with my ex, well, I think, yeah, and then I heard you say, I was like, oh, la verga, no mames, ¿quién es esta ruca?
Oh, sí canta. Porque
Yeah.
Giovanni te dijo que cantaba.
Yeah, but because that time we were already recording a little bit, we had like 2-3 albums in the pocket,
y'all were
so,
already you were already.
So there was always like girls or I can sing and this and that, so it's always all right. So cuando me dijo like, oh, no, my friend can sing, está bien así, tráela, Simón, vamos a ver qué onda. And then when you sang, I remember like como it's like everybody does, like I knew you were a star, porque like
you.
when you sing in a room, I don't know if anybody knows it, anybody that's heard you
been
live.
There, yeah.
Heard you live, no matter what you sing, como me acuerdo cuando te oí cantar, güey, like the room shakes. Like when you really bring out your voice, that you're singing, like como I just felt like, oh, hasta me dio shivers y todo, como dije, a la verga.
That's always a good sign.
Esta ruca sabe cantar, like, and then I remember you were the first person I had to like lower the fucking, like adjust the mic just to you.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? Because you had such a powerful voice. Al chile, I'm not gonna lie, at first I didn't even know how to record you, because I never learned how to record. Yo aprendí a hacer record, entonces jale Sur Lado was just.
Sí, close to the mic, porque
Pero we just did it how we learned. I didn't learn about it anywhere. I didn't read about it. I didn't go to school for it.
We just did it like, okay, this.
Andaba moviendo ya todos los buttons a la verga, ¿me entiendes? You even helped me to mix because you gave me, ¿me entiendes? Como alguien como de verdad que canta, like, oh shit, now I gotta learn how to mix this, or even just record it is hard, you know, like if you don't know what you're doing.
Sí,
ahorita ya, entonces jale me la pela, you know, pero I remember that, como me quedaba como, oh la verga, esta ruca, like, como god damn.
Thanks.
And then, pues ya, pues, and then we would come up with like badass hooks y la madre, like it just flew badass, like, ¿me entiendes?
The thing that really tripped me out about you three is that just the stuff you would say and the hooks you would come up with, and it's just like, whoa, like, and not only that, pero estás, o sea, es mi mero mole, you know, that gangster rap is what I identify with. So yeah, my respect always to you for making that shit happen, because you're the one that, you know, pretty much come do this, do that, vámonos. And honestly, I don't know how you had so many albums out. Like, damn.
Yeah, we did like 13 or 14. I don't even know, like, de los que hemos hecho todo, pero no, salió todo con madre.
All these
like,
amazing songs.
Yeah, crazy. There's some songs that people still send to me. Y ya ni me acuerdo, no las he oído en años. Me dicen, no, mira esta rola, like, a la verga, what CD is that? Like, Simón, like, como. Pero está machina, I mean, está con madre como quiera.
Sí.
Pero bueno, ya después cuando estabas haciendo ese jale, I remember que trabajabas en la school. And they actually didn't want you there because you were doing stuff with us, or something like that, no?
Well, yeah. I mean, fortunately. Maybe I would say fortunate. I was gonna say unfortunately, but honestly, I don't think it's unfortunate. I think it just had to be that way, because I wouldn't be able to be who I am, be free. Porque yo, si me tienes así como constrained, si me tienes, I cannot be in that box. You know what I mean? So, para mí, that hurt just because, you know, my kids, or the kids that I was teaching at that time. I wanted them to really experience what it's like to go to competition, to go and see other badass mariachis, porque en ese tiempo había, como estaba Roma, Rio Grande, you got Elsa, all these mariachis that were being taught by real mariachis, and they sounded like professionals. Y ahorita no se diga, estos muchachos de las high schools, they sound amazing. Like, I wish I had that. And now they do have mariachi in middle school. You don't know how much I wish they had that back then over here, in Donna. Pero pues bueno, por algo pasan las cosas, ¿verdad? So anyway, these kids, let's fast forward to, that time that they did decide to
Let you go.
let me go. So my kids, the chavalones, were like, Miss, these guys are saying this and they're saying that. Porque the thing is, yo los veía afuera and we had practice.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we have practice. Come, Y not only that, pero eran un chavito que tocaba el guitarrón y luego el otro que tocaba guitarra. Pero el del guitarrón, o sea, un mariachi no se hace sin el guitarrón, ¿me entiendes?
Simón.
So, ese chavito, o sea, nomás me vieron y me voltearon la cara. And I was like, you have competition this weekend. Like,
They had an attitude, no sabías qué rollo. Like,
oh, they had a competition that weekend and they didn't want to practice. Oh my God. I was 23. I was 23, but damn, I was mad. But I was just mad because it's not fair for the other, kids to not be able to experience how badass it is to go to competition and to see these other mariachis and to feel like, damn, I should get better. No, they just wanted to stay there, and that's it.
and why did they want to practice? No más?
I don't know. I think they were, I don't know. I guess they were just mad at me because I was too pushy, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I was pushing them too much. Pero pues los otros chavitos, they were down. But ya sé por qué. It was their last year. They were seniors.
So they're like,
So
fuck
like,
it.
sí.
They weren't hungry anymore, yeah.
Yeah. Yo cuando estaba en la high school, estaba en el mariachi, we went to Kansas, we went to Minnesota, we were doing competitions. I remember I won best vocalist. A few of them. We're doing a lot of competitions that it feels badass, to win something or to go and check, cuánto te dieron los ¿cómo se llaman los
Judges?
Yeah, los judges, to see what numbers they put, or whatever, and it's like, te sacas de onda. So all of that, I just wanted them to experience it, and it sucks that it wasn't fair for the other kids that these guys no le pusieran empeño para hacer algo.
Para que todo el grupo fuera machín.
Exacto.
Si la caga uno, pues no jala.
Exacto. So after that, apparently they were spreading rumors that it was gang affiliated, y que they could shoot up the school, y que parents were calling, que complaining.
Because you were on the songs with us.
Sí, bueno, sí, exacto.
Yeah.
And the videos too, pero I mean, it was so funny because I would walk in there every morning, professional, dressed up, and the director knew that yo le había dicho desde el principio. I was there for 2 years doing a consulting thing. Yo le había dicho desde el principio, hey, is this gonna, me va a perjudicar esto ya después porque eso es música, eso es lo que hago, lo que estoy haciendo ahorita, la. Oh, nah, que no sé qué tanto, que don't worry about it, que no sé qué tanto. Está bueno. And it's crazy because I used to, in high school, I used to play with him in a mariachi.
Oh,
Me
sí.
llevaban. Yo desde la high school andaba haciendo feria. Andaba haciendo feria con el mariachi. I would play guitar, vihuela, and I'd be the singer. So anyway, it just felt different, But anyway, I would walk in there every morning. Oh, good morning. Y it's so funny because me empezaba a hacer así.
Oh, te hicieron así.
¿Qué onda? And I was like, what's up, sir? Like, hey.
Yeah, it would be from the V.
O sea, él sabía, ¿me entiendes? Hasta hacía eso.
Mm-hmm.
Y yo, o sea, obvio estoy en a professional setting. I'm not gonna be doing that. Or siguiéndole la corriente, ¿verdad? Obvio. Pero pues whatever. So one day I go to school. Well, let me go back a little. So the kids were like, Miss, they're trying to fire you, que no sé qué tanto. And I'm like, like I kind of had a feeling that they were, and I knew it. I knew they were going to use that against me. So then one day I go to school and can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up? So I go in there with my guitar and everything. And he's like, well, we're going to have to let you go. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, what? Okay. I was like, oh, okay. And then he's like, you don't want to know why? And I was like, oh, I already know. And I was getting up and I was like, but you know what? Tell me why. Y luego me dice, well, there's concern of gang affiliation, and what if they shoot up the Dalala, and parents are complaining, y que no sé qué tanto. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I knew it was that. But I told you when I first started, I told you I made music, and it's just music. And then he's just like, well, no, that's okay. So I was already getting up. Y luego tiene el descaro de preguntarme, so, what are you gonna do? I said, bitch. Just kidding. I was like, well, what do you mean? What am I gonna do? What else I gotta do? I'm gonna make it. And I dead looked at him straight in the eyes, and he just chuckled. He's just like, okay. He went like that, and I was like, I'm gonna make it. That's it. That's all I got. And then, well, thank you for your time, whatever fucking, right? And I was like, alright, bueno. Thanks, bye. Me fui. Y ya le di la key y todo que tenía. Y ya. Oh, I got out of there like I held my head up high. I was like, I'm gonna make it. 240K subscribers later.
Hell yeah.
Millions of views.
Chingo de traveling y todo el pedo.
Yeah, it's
Eso tiene que haber sido alguien, like, one person nomás, que ha de haber llorado.
Son esos huerquillos. Ya sé que eran esos huerquillos porque me dijeron. Sí. So hasta ahorita, but you know what? I worked at Hermes after that. I was like, well, where do I, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, let me go to Hermes. I always wanted to work at Hermes ever since I was little. So I went to Hermes Music, and I was like, hey, I got the job and everything. But I remember one of those kids started college and started teaching and all that. And he would walk in there and he'd be like, Miss, todavía me decía, Miss, these kids, que no sé qué tanto. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know. Y yo, pues, I was just nice to him. I mean, he was a kid back then, Mm-hmm. So I was just like, man, I'm gonna be nice to him, whatever, So I was polite, let's put it that way. Pero un día llegó and he apologized to me. And I'm like, what are you apologizing for? Miss, I'm sorry. We gave you so much crap, que no sé qué tanto. And I'm like, oh, no, I just wanted y'all to experience what I experienced, but y'all didn't have the same heart, so. Yeah. And I appreciated that apology from him.
Sí, pues supo que la cagó, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Andaban de bola nomás ahí.
Sí. And not only that, but that was before Seis Pies Abajo, and I had already written Seis Pies Abajo. And the idea I had for Seis Pies Abajo, the music video, it probably wouldn't have been good for the school anyway.
I remember that video. I salgo yo for 1 second.
Yes, you do.
I salgo como 1 second or 2 seconds por ahí, pero I remember shooting that video también estaba con madre y todo.
Yeah, con el Wiz Films. Shout out to Wiz Films. He was the first guy I worked with. Actually, no. You're the first guy that shot one of my videos.
Oh, sí, 100%.
100% en pensamiento.
I remember.
That's
he had
cool.
a white dress and
yes,
la
the
gorrita.
gold hat.
Sí, sí me acuerdo. Bueno, ya después de que trabajaste en Hermes, how did you get here to the radio station when you worked at Ultra?
In the radio station, okay, duré como 4 years in Hermes, and then I went to Melhart.
Ah, okay.
And then after Melhart, ahí duré como 8 meses, and then the opportunity came up here at Ultra. Bueno, que ya no está Ultra, ¿verdad?
¿Y ahorita estás dónde?
Ahorita estoy en la que manda, porque es la ley. La ley 102.5. Yeah.
Comadre, ¿cómo está ahí, comadre?
Yeah, it is. Actually, I remember walking into that radio station and saying, damn, I would like to work here. Like, I saw the whole morning show and how they interact and everything. I'm not much of an interacting type of, radio personality. That's a different, onda. Pero just the fact that, it's one of the biggest stations here in the valley and I'm there. It's amazing.
Está con madre.
Yeah, it's like, wow. Radio personality was one of, on my checklist, check, I did it. I was at Ultra. That's how I got in there. Thanks to my friend Audrey, because she was started there, and she's like, Vic, ven try out. So I went and tried out, and I got the job. I took a pay cut, but whatever. I was like, this is a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And
y tal música y todo el mundo.
Yeah, and the music, I love the music there at Ultra. So yeah, and then pues yeah, Ultra cerró, and then this opportunity came up on La Ley and Radio United. So that's how I got in there.
Machín.
Yeah.
I remember when your numbers really started hitting it, when you went viral, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that where you went viral?
So the first time I went viral was when I went to the Tejano Music Awards in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. And after that, I got there late. I didn't even walk the carpet. I wasn't able to do anything because I was working at the station. So I got there, and I just mingled a little bit. And after that, we went to Mi Tierra, which is a famous restaurant there in San Antonio. And they got a trio, and I'm like, oh, I want to sing. Yeah, pues they already knew me. Be sing, I was there with the Hermes crew, and I sang con el trio. No había mariachi, so I was like, eh. Pero even back in high school, I remember going there and I was like, I want to sing here, I want to sing here. And, forward to that moment, I sang Los Laureles and everybody was like, whoa, The energy that
can you give us a little snippet? Unos 10 seconds nomás para que oigan.
A ver, me hago para atrás.
Dale.
Ay, qué laureles tan verdes, qué flores tan encendidas. Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quítame la vida. Alza los ojos a verme si no estás comprometido.
Hell yeah. Machín.
Más o menos. So I sang that song, and I started sitting down porque the Tejano Music Awards were going on, so there was a lot of other artists there. So I didn't I wasn't trying to catch the attention like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started sitting down. They're like, no, stand up. And I'm like, nah, aquí nomás, chill, okay, whatever. Chill, yeah, right. The whole restaurant was like, woo!
So te dio más ánimo, te fuiste.
Yeah, but after the first half of that song, they were like, no, stand up. And I'm like, okay. So I stood up, and then I started singing. And then, shout out to Joel Nava. He's the one that recorded it. And he posted it on his page. And then, the numbers were going
immediately, or just after un ratito?
I think overnight, they were up. And then, pasaron como unos 3 days, 2-3 days for it to hit 1 million. And then after that...
And that was your first million?
Yeah. And then after that, it was like 3 million. That post hit 3 million. And then, all of a sudden, a different page on Facebook, which I think is Botas de Moda, they shared it, and I saw it, and it was viral. But that one ahorita tiene, it went up to 23 million. 23 million.
Chingos.
And that's when I was like, oh, snap. I gotta reroute all these people to my socials, so I could, grow.
And that's when you start doing more of the mariachi, straight, the EPs?
Yes.
Todo eso?
Yeah. So that came out because of that. And, the label that I signed with back in 2014 was like pretty much let's jump on this, you know, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was doing my other album, which was called Aunque Sea Así. That was released, and I was doing just a different type of music, grupero,
experimenting,
cumbia,
todo lo que te gusta,
reggae, cumbia. Yeah, that's I love that stuff. So that's what we're doing, and then it went viral, so we're like, okay, let's jump on that.
And name the EPs you dropped.
The EPs for Mariachi, is
yeah.
La Tequilera series,
Uh-huh.
and they're volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm working on the 6th one, which is pretty much ready.
Sí.
Mm-hmm.
Y todo haciendo el mix y Jay.
So JJ helps me record it, and
Aquí está el JJ. Shout out to him.
Hey, JJ, oh, he has helped a lot. He's actually one of the ones that believed in me enough to be part of the process, the dream, this studio.
Yeah. I see him with you every time you travel.
Palabra
Él siempre está ahí
Records.
contigo. You know what I mean? Like, siempre está ayudante ahí.
And the thing is that he's not only like he's also a musician, you know, as a producer. He helps me look good in front of people también, you know what I mean? So wherever we go, he'll talk, you know. He'll ask what's going on or what I need. He'll make sure I have everything I need.
Sí.
Because he's worked with artists, like other artists.
Comadre.
So ya se la sabe.
Hell yeah. No, machimbi. Y I saw you had the plaque también for YouTube, ¿verdad?
Yeah, I hit the 100K.
How'd that feel, comadre?
I just got an email. I was like, oh, I can get a plaque? What? Oh, shit. Yeah, that felt awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. I jumped on it. I was like, oh, here, you know, let me get that plaque delivered. So I started.
Hell yeah, B. No, pues shit. Can't wait to hear your new one. I've heard some songs del nuevo, del new EP que vas a sacar.
Sí.
Soy mamalón.
Thank
mamalón.
you.
And I've heard some tracks que está haciendo también kind of like rap y todo que te gusta hacer en el side, right? Todo like ese jale también está machín. Like,
I do. I love it.
Love that shit.
I love it. It's like I want to say I have like I call them like my 3 alter egos. So the mariachi, which is where my heart is, and then you have like the cumbia stuff, which is like middle ground between the mariachi and the rap, and then the rap is just a release of
you can express yourself
energy.
todo lo que estás pasando.
Yeah, and I there's something about rap, the rhythms, and you know, just the flow, all of that I love. Like it's just something else.
No, con madre, B. No, pues está bueno, B. Thank you for coming with us. Para estar aquí, para que nos des tu tiempo y todo el jale.
Hombre, thanks for having me.
We'll have you again next time. Entiendes, hablar más en detail de más jales, ¿verdad? We just wanted to catch up with you. Y pues, gracias por venir, B.
No, thank you. Thanks for coming to our little studio.